Welcome to another episode of the Man Cave Special Edition because it's Black History Month with an F. Here we go, wow. Celebrating all the accomplishments of the African American heritage on this little country that we live in that ain't gave us no credit. Anyway, before we get into that, we got to introduce our panel. The brothers that's always faithful. We gotta send a shout out to Brother Kelly and Brother Brad. Both of them got parenting issues that they have to deal with. So we are going to keep them lifted up. But in the house, we got Brother Art, the Joker. Bringing his perspective on contributions to African Americans in America. And my baby cuz, Damon, who brings, Damon, you know, man, there's a whole bunch of people that say they look forward to seeing what you have to say on the show, brother. I mean, really? Yeah, it's like person after person after person say, I love when Damon speaks. They say they love when Damon speak. I'm just showing them the love that I've been getting.
I appreciate every time you start talking, I get an attitude. I don't know what they think about.
You know, hey, those things that I say activate the Nino in you.
Nino?
Yeah, it brings it out.
But you know what? Even that, why would they call Nino Brown Nino? Because you know that's Spanish for boy.
Good question.
You already know what that's about.
Yeah.
That goes to our entire conversation.
Yeah.
That's a good way to open it.
Yeah. I never liked that part of that movie.
That's a good way of opening it.
He was proud of that. He was proud of that name.
Yeah.
You know, people start naming
the show.
People start naming their dogs Nino, and it's like, come on, man. I mean, Wesley Snipes should have identified that and said, I don't want to play this. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
He was early on. See, that was during the time when we was willing to still kind of go. Well, we always really, it's always
compromise, bro. The word is compromise.
That's gonna want to go along with the flow, but
compromise.
It was still during that time where, you know, you was gonna go ahead and try and be a movie star if you could.
Yeah.
It was compromising.
Yeah,
that's a good. I mean, it was a compromise. I'm gonna play this role. I'm gonna compromise it. I'm gonna try to get big, and then the rest is history.
Right.
It damn shows history.
That's true too.
All right, so we're gonna start this first half of the show talking about some people who shaped us as being men, and that came from Black history, that impacted us, that shaped our lives and how we see the world. So I asked you guys to come up with 3 people. If you can't come up with 3, that's fine. But Damon, who you got? Who are your 3? What Damon, do 1, and then we're gonna go like a little round robin.
Okay, I'm gonna start off my 1 with the greatest.
Boom.
The greatest.
I hear you, man. Tell me why.
Muhammad Ali made it fun to be Black in a time that it wasn't fun to be Black. I'm pretty. I'm a bad man. Yeah. He spoke his mind. That was another thing.
Yeah.
But he stood up for what he thought was right, not only for himself, but the Black community.
Yeah.
And he used boxing to do it. I'm going to explain why I say that.
Mm.
They wanted him to be what they call Joe Louis, just a champ, wouldn't say anything, go out there, win, be the people's champion. That's what, back then, that was the people's champion.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Ali refused to do that. He wanted to be the champ the way he wanted to be the champ. He felt like he wanted to represent who he was inside and outside the ring. Because remember, he was drafted. He said, I'm not going nowhere.
No.
I got to kill innocent people.
Yeah.
And you asking me to go kill innocent people and take care of, and you don't even take care of me and my religious beliefs right here at home.
Yeah.
So why am I going to go kill some innocent people?
Yes.
So that right there, even though I was, in the time I wasn't really born in his prime.
Mhm,
When I started to get a chance to see him, he was, out of it.
mhm,
But I did my research on him and
mhm,
got a chance to see some things about him.
mhm,
That right there, because I'm also a sports fanatic.
mhm.
That was a guy that made me like, I'm proud to be a black man.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that said, I don't care if I got y'all belt or whatever. Muhammad Ali is gonna be who Muhammad Ali wants to be, no matter what y'all say.
Right. Right.
That was my
Boom.
dude.
Hey man, that's a top pick right there, man. That's a top pick. All right, who you got?
I'm gonna start with my granddaddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what he do? Show you how to shoot a gun, smoke cigars?
No, punk ass. I'll show you how to shoot one, and I got a new one too. I got a brand new one too.
Oh no.
Isn't that pretty?
Come on, ain't that pretty?
That's
Man,
pretty
this dude is
cool.
sick.
Hey man, this is Black History Month. We talking about Black history, not
Yeah, we got
gun.
the right to bear arms.
He just gonna
That's
show the
true.
gun like. All right, so who you got? What's your granddaddy's name? What'd he do?
Well, my grandfather's name is Arthur Peter Thomas II. Okay.
So you the fourth?
Yeah, I'm the fourth.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So how come you didn't have a fifth?
Well, I got a strategy. So,
So I see you gonna wait for your daughter to marry Chad, and they can name their son Art.
I'll leave this conversation right now. I'll tune this thing off, shut all this stuff down, these lights, all this shit. I'll turn all this shit off.
Oh,
and
man.
go somewhere and mind my damn business. That's what I'll do.
All right, my fault. Go ahead, Art.
No, man. I mean, shit. My granddaddy was the first to go to college in his family.
Mm.
His grandfather was a slave.
Mm.
And he was the first to go to college, and he did what really no other black man was doing during that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost unheard of, but he was working at Ford Motor Company early on.
Mm-hmm.
This is when they came up here to Michigan from LaGrange, Georgia, and came up here, worked at the plant for a minute, and then started his accounting firm.
Oh wow, that's how deep it go.
That's how deep it go.
Wow.
I've been around this since I was 5.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So that made you want to be an accountant.
I won't say it made me want to be an accountant. It made me it gave me the tools. I'll say it like this. He gave me the tools to do what I'm doing like I'm doing it.
Okay.
Some people do stuff and they do it how they have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it like I choose to do it.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? And during that, like I say, started the business, went door to door, got clients, from there. And about time I was a teenager, I was at the office working probably 25, 30 hours a week during tax season with my damn daddy and my granddaddy.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was like basketball time then. So it started getting split once I got to high school, but junior high school, shit, that's all it was,
Wow.
So I'll start with him on that note.
That's admirable, man. That's admirable. Yeah. And you know what? Both of you guys got people on my list. Muhammad Ali is on my list and my grandfather's on my list, but actually it's my grandfather's father. Right. So let me tell y'all this story. I got tons of Black history stories up here, right? Okay, so this is one of my favorite Black history stories. My grandfather's father heard that Henry Ford was doing that $5 a day deal up here, right? He was like, ain't nothing happening down here in Alabama. Baby, I'm gonna go up there. And once I get established, I'm gonna send for you. she was like, okay, go ahead, do your thing. This man was walking, Damon, this granddaddy's daddy.
Got you.
This man was walking to the train station, right? And he get harassed by two white guys in a pickup truck. So he walking on the side of the road, and hey boy, where you going? Where you going, boy? He ain't saying nothing to him. He just keep walking. They poking him with this rifle. So, and after one of those pokes, he grabbed the rifle and took it out of the dude's hand. Killed both of those white guys. Took the truck, drove to a Native American's house, and this Native American guy used to build these towers. So when it rained, him and his family go up in the tower, you know, and they don't get drowned out.
Right.
Wherever that was, from the south to the north. I don't know where it was.
Right.
So anyway, you know how not African Americans, but Native Americans usually name people by what they do. Remember the movie Dances with Wolves, when they saw Kevin Costner wrestling, fighting that wolf, they thought he was dancing with, they called him Dancing with Wolf. Well, they called this guy Hightower because he built high towers. So when my grandfather went and dumped the truck off there, I don't know how he knew them. And Native American guy was like, all right, go ahead and I'll take care of this truck. My grandfather took their name and went up north, and that's how we got our name. Our name is Native. Our name is Native American. We didn't get a name from a slave.
Now look, let me say this.
Wow.
That's okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We didn't get our name from no slave. All right, fine then. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you still there right down the street from me. Fuck you talking about?
This dude here, man.
I'm just fucking with you. Just fucking with you. But guess what though? Now think about this, and this was gonna go to what we got coming later. I guess the second half of shit. Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why that so-called Native American did what he did is because we all the same people.
How you figure that?
And whenever we get to the pics that I got, and I wish I could share, but what I want you to really see, I'm probably just gonna have to explain it to you. But it will definitely show exactly what you just explained. Now I was telling you about the pillar. And one side had the Negroes on one side, and then had the Native Americans on one side, and both of them holding up the pillar, right? Which is really the United States of America, because both of them helped build this country. It's right there in Philadelphia, in City Hall, City Hall. Okay, right. So there's a reason for that. I just wanted to point out there's a reason for that, because we the same folk. They're really the same. We, you know, you could say we cousins, right? Because Judah and Gad were brothers. You know, Simeon, a brother, all of them. You know what I'm saying? From the Dominicans to the Haitians to the Puerto Ricans, all of us are we the same people. But go ahead and finish.
Okay. Go ahead, Damon. What you got next?
Excuse me. My next one may not be the guy that y'all think somebody would pick, but I'm gonna tell you, he has something to do with my love for science, and that's George Washington Carver.
Boom. The Peanut Man, Art. Go ahead.
That's it. That's George Washington Carver. From my understanding, I have friends that went to Tuskegee. He was a guy that was a quiet man, but very, very, very intelligent, highly intelligent. Him inventing peanut butter, from my understanding, was an accident. It was actually an accident. He was trying to, because, you know, I can't think of the exact number, but it's over like 300 things he used with the peanut by himself. He was the one that did that. Down in Tuskegee, that's where he did it. So him being a scientist and him showing the people that, hey, we can use this too.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of people know that we are a part of Black history. There are inventors
Mm-hmm.
in Black history. Thomas Edison wouldn't have a light bulb if a Black man didn't put the filament together for him.
Yep. Yep.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't hear much about them. You hear about George Washington Carver because what he did revolutionized not only the US, the world.
Right. Right.
Let me add to that point.
He revolutionized the world. Unless you're allergic to peanuts, you eat peanut butter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. He revolutionized the world because it made white folk a lot of damn money.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. And
there you go.
I'm trying to figure out where the Black people at that own Jiffy.
Right. Skippy.
And Skippy and Meyer brand and Save More brand, and whatever brand you want to talk about.
Brand.
It's like, what niggas is making peanut butter though?
It's crazy though. It's crazy, Art, because you are absolutely correct. But the thing that trips me out, they can't get away from who actually invented it. No matter how hard they try, they can't get away from it. No matter what they try to do.
That man had 500 inventions from peanuts.
Yep, I knew it was a big number. I knew
500 inventions from peanut. And by the way, the guy who invented the filament his name is Lewis Latimer.
That's it. I had a what's name, or I couldn't just think of his name. That's it, Lewis Latimer. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm more of a, like I say, I was a science guy ever since we was kids, Aaron. I always loved science, no matter what it was, biology, chemistry. That's always. I went to school for electrical engineering, so science was a one of my things. And as I got older, I seen it one. I think I was in the 6th grade. We was talking about Black history, and he popped up, and I said, inventor. That's interesting. That's when I started reading, like, wow, this man, there's certain types of soap he made with peanut butter.
Yep.
I mean, not peanut butter, with peanuts.
Peanuts.
It was so much he did that he got his hand on a lot of stuff. He's known for peanut butter. He's called the Peanut Man, like you said, cuz. But he revolutionized something that 90% of the world eats.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to go down to Skippy Peanut Butter and let them know who really run this shit.
Yeah, go ahead, Art. Who you got next?
Okay, next on the list is my daddy.
Number 3.
That's number 2.
Are he number 2? I thought you was number 4.
Well, yeah, he the 3. I'm talking about my second person. I'm sorry.
What in the world?
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah. He the third. He the third.
All right.
Yeah. So, and basically, I won't say for the same reason, because he wasn't the first to go to college, because my grandfather put all 7 of his children through school with the business that he started. And ironically, every last one of them went to Morehouse and Spelman.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, this is why my ass went to fucking Morehouse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he just brought the next phase of it. I mean, he was my damn daddy. So, I'm in the house with him every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But it was just a continuation of what my grandfather had already got going. So whatever he taught my father, I got from my father, and just with the time that I spent with him alone.
Mm-hmm.
I basically had the best of both worlds, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah.
Where it never would have been a reason for me not to understand and know something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I am the way I am now.
Okay.
Okay. Because my grandfather and my father, they were not the type of man who just said, yeah, okay, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nah, forget that, because you don't truly know something till you know it for yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what we do a lot of times is we just say, well, it's either just to believe what somebody else say than take the time to go find out for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
This is why, and this is part of our issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When we really take the time to dig deep and really find out what's going on around us and have a full understanding, and not sitting around, you know, feeling like, well, I just want to get my check today.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Cause I mean,
So,
that's because, you know, I think a lot of it, people have gotten complacent and lazy, and nobody take those strides like the people we've already just mentioned. Because these people, they took strides against all kinds of crazy opposition and still,
yeah,
you know, because like, look, man, look, ain't nowhere in the world you're gonna tell me Colonel Sanders fried some chicken and made it famous with original herbs and spices and crap like that. Those were black people finding a way to make the scraps that they were given taste good.
What's the Bible verse? We are the salt of the world.
Yeah, and
right?
the light.
We are that seasoning. We are that thing that make everything taste better, look better, feel better.
That's talking about Christians, not just black people.
No.
All right, we can debate. We're gonna debate that later, though.
No, don't start that Christian, just Christians.
We're gonna debate it later. I got to get to my second person.
Come on here.
My second person is Nat Turner.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nat Turner because all he wanted to do was the will of God. He just loved God and he wanted to do what God said do, but he was a man and he wasn't going to take this crap. So Nat Turner was like this pastor or this reverend, and he was kind of, brainwashed into thinking that when the Bible says slaves obey your masters, it meant, them obey the white people. But, these white people didn't even have enough knowledge to know that meant, kind of an employer worker kind of thing. It wasn't like they weren't talking about ownership of slaves and masters. Anyway, so once he found out he was going from plantation to plantation, brainwashing other black people into being subservient to masters, and the white guy that was taking him from plantation to plantation was getting paid to have his guy do this, he got mad. He said, so I am brainwashing my own people and I didn't even know it. But now that I know better, somebody finna pay. Somebody finna pay dearly. Man, he went on a rant, got himself a posse. And when I say he destroyed some plantations, he destroyed these people. He walked up in there and killed kids, women, men. I mean, he was pulling off heads off people's shoulders. It was a massacre. And it went on for what? I want to say 2-3 weeks. Now, I'm not a proponent of violence. But when you find out you've been tricked for so long, that rage came out of that man. And he made a real good example. So he wound up giving himself up and letting them hang him because these white guys were just killing black people just nilly. Just
right.
You black, you getting killed just because these white people got killed.
Wait. He gave himself up?
Oh yeah, Nat Turner gave himself up just so the word can get out that he was caught so they can stop killing other black people.
You sure?
Yeah, how you hear it?
I heard somebody sold him out.
No, he gave himself up. That's another thing we can debate later.
Yeah. That one.
I bet you I'm right though. But anyway.
Well, fine, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Who you got next? Let's speed this last one up. Who you got next, Damon?
The next one I got will be, I saved him for last, will be my dad. I respect what he did as a man in the point that he took care of another man's child. That right there is manly enough. But what he also did was show me what it's like to be a true provider. He worked jobs, Art. When I tell you that man worked, he worked. He worked his tail off. He made sure that the bills was paid. He did everything he could. It was a period in my life where I didn't see my father on the weekends for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Because he would work, he did a security job, and he did another job. At one point, Aaron Daddy was working 3 jobs, man.
Wow.
And we would tell him, Daddy, come on, Dad, you gotta chill. You're gonna work yourself sick. That's what ended up happening. He ended up working himself sick. And he feel bad that he did it. But at the time, he was showing me how to be a provider.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, if there was a picture and you look for a provider, he probably like this in the dictionary. You know, so it's like those two things, him taking me in as his own when I wasn't, and showing me how to be a man and other things, not just provision. Hey, let me show you how to paint. Hey, let me show you how to do this. And when I perfected that, he said, man, I didn't realize you paint like this. You didn't paint my house and did this. I said, that's all you. So best for last, I gotta give Stephen Brantley Sr. all the credit in the world.
Man, I used to think your dad was Jim Kelly. He was always so cool, big afro, sideburns, black leather. You had a black car, a Buick Phoenix, man.
It was a Phoenix, yeah.
He was the best. He was like the personification of black power in the 70s when I grew up.
That was him, man.
You know, soft-spoken, soft-spoken guy. You know, he put up with a lot, but you never pushed him over the edge. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Steve is a stand-up dude, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Steve a stand-up dude.
Yes, sir.
And what better woman compliments Steve than his wife?
My mom. You ain't lying.
That's that. And you know what? Let me say this about your mama real quick. Your mama never ceases to be pretty. Every stage of her life, beautiful. Every stage of her life, she just remained this beautiful, beautiful woman.
Well, cuz, think about it. Marietta, Beverly, and Rosebud did the same thing.
Yeah.
When did you know that they wanted to be you? Big Mama sitting in that chair as she was in her upper years, she still was a beautiful woman.
Fingernails,
fingernails
perfect.
I look at Auntie Belle, same thing. Granny was the same way. So I mean, look at your dad. She the same. She do the same.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's your first cousin. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm sorry, Art. We went down the family reunion real quick. All right, who you got, Art, for your third one?
Well, you know, you kind of already took him, but Nat Turner was gonna be my third one.
Wow. Okay.
You know, because what his thing did for me, it helped me realize that when you find out the truth, you better act like you know the truth.
Yep. Yeah.
That's facts, yeah.
Don't just be, well, made it. No, man. No, ain't no made it. This ain't no just because, ain't no might have been different if. You know, when you find out the truth, and I'm gonna tell you this about Nat. He didn't do nothing no different than anybody else did over time.
Right.
That you know, that was let's say that was doing the Lord's work. You know, what did God tell Moses to do? What did God tell Joseph to do when he went into Canaan and the other lands? when he went into Sihon with Og and Og's brother. What did he do? What did God tell him to do? Utterly destroy them. And I say to myself, when you talk about a man with some serious conviction that we probably ain't seen since,
right?
That's him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but go ahead. But you're right.
Well,
I'm right.
What other man has done what he did?
Well, hey, man, I'm with you. I'm with you. He went on a destroying spree.
And to do it during that time.
Yep. Yep. And then get caught for how long? How long? He had a posse and did anybody get caught? I don't think anybody got caught.
I got to do some more on that. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But how long?
I ain't really deep in that like that.
How long did he go? How long did this spree go? It had to be it had to be like almost a month.
I don't know why I want to say it was longer than that.
Okay, maybe, but I got you on Nat Turner. We here on Nat Turner.
Yeah, man.
And you know, you could be right about him being sold out, but I think we'll hash it out and we'll come to an agreement.
See, when you really think about it, you know, when you look at history, okay, when you look at our real history, there was always some of us who wanted to go against those of us that were righteous.
Yeah, I hear you.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you read the book, when you read Maccabees 1 and 2, you realize that there were people fighting against Mac that were Israelites, that were from the tribe of Judah and Levi and Benjamin and the northern tribe, and they got together with the Greeks and whoever else. I think it was the Assyrians at that time, and join ranks with them to fight against him. So it's always going to be that type of situation, because you know that typical house nigga type of thing.
Yeah, he was definitely
and Nat Turner, man, Nat Turner shit. Hey, Nat. Fuck it, Nat.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I mean, shoot. That Nat Turner, man, that was a real dude, man. That was a real dude. All right, so my third person. Now, honorable mention goes to Miss Harriet Tubman. Miss Harriet Tubman, man. Now she's not my third person. I'm just giving her honorable mention. This because she's a lady who also wanted to just do God's will. And God's will was to free these people, these us from slavery, right? Okay. And she did it, even though grips of fear did it. She did it anyway. Okay, but my main man, boom,
Malcolm X,
the
X Factor,
brother Malcolm. That brother had zero fear. And if he was scared, he never showed it. Zero fear.
I mean, you know, you can't be brave unless you're scared.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying he kept saying everything he always said. Even when he was talking against white people, he never backed down. And then when the Nation of Islam turned against him, he never stopped speaking what he always said. He stood on truth. He stood there and said, wait a minute, why are we we're being taught not to fornicate? So how does Mr. Elijah Muhammad get to fornicate? It's like, I don't get this. I mean, and he felt like Nat Turner when he felt he got the truth and he found out that Islam is Islam outside of the Nation of Islam, like real Orthodox Islam, like overseas Saudi Arabia, Iraq kind of Sunni and Shiite Muslimism. He was like, oh, it's a whole different world out here. That's what I like about him. That's what I like about him. Now, the only thing, if I were to meet Mr. Malcolm X, I would ask him this. Now, that last meeting he had at the Audubon Ballroom, February, when was it? February something, 1965, February 21st, 1965. if you knew that there were assassins in the building, why you got your wife and kids there, sir? That's the only question I want to ask him. You knew they were there. Why would you put your family in the room?
They wasn't trying to kill his family. They were trying to kill him.
No, bullets ain't got no eyes. They just shooting.
Yeah, but when you want to kill somebody, you aim at the nigga you're trying to kill first.
Nah, man, come on, man. I wouldn't even have my family there if I knew assassins are there.
Well, see, I mean, who knows what he knew?
Okay. Well, he
You know?
he knew it. He
You
knew
think
it.
so?
He knew it. Yeah, because he even said there's a famous quote where he says he's probably a dead man already. So
Well, hell, that's any of them.
but
And
I'm
they
just
already
saying
know.
when he got he started holding meetings, he put himself out there in the open. So all I'm saying is these are the three people that, I mean, among other people have the same weight, but these are the three people that we say that shaped our lives and from Black history. And if it wasn't for these people existing, we would be different people. So
Mhm.
okay, so let me do this. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna speaking of sharing screens, I'm gonna share my screen and I want you guys to tell me who this guy is, right?
You put up a picture of MC Hammer, man. It's going down. I'm telling you right now. It's going down.
Who is this? Who is this?
MC Hammer.
And Buddy be something that
Man,
I
oh
won't
man.
talk about your ass with, because I will find a reason to talk about you. He's a Satanist.
No, man. No. All right. So I'm not going to tell you his name, but Abraham Lincoln appointed him as the ambassador to Russia, right? Now, he was a guy who was supposedly against slavery, and he was one of the founders, the founding members of the Republican Party, right? But he was against slavery, and so was his boss, Abraham Lincoln. But he lived in Kentucky, born, raised in Kentucky, right? So, and they had slaves in Kentucky, and since he was an abolitionist, Black people liked him because he worked to set people free, right? All right, so about this guy died, and I forget the year, but 9-10 years later, after he died, this guy who was born a slave or descendants from slaves decided that, you know, he's going to name his son after this guy, right? He's going to name his son after this man. And he did. He named his son the same name as the white guy I just showed you. Okay, so look, this is a small picture. This is a picture of the man who admired the white guy and took his last name. And so when he had kids, he named one of his sons the exact same name as the white guy, right?
All right, now. What's
Hold
the
on.
catch now? Get to
Hold
it
on,
now.
come on, stay with me. Stay with me. I'm trying to do two screens here. I hope it's interesting, and I think it is. All right, so when that guy had kids, he named his second born son the same name as the white guy. All right, so this is the son that he named the same name as the white guy. Now, when this guy had sons, and he had two, he named his firstborn son after the white guy, right? Now, this is where it started getting good. His firstborn son said, I don't want no slave name. I don't want no slave name. So you can cancel that. And he got into a big argument But him and his dad, he's like, I don't know this white dude. You name me as some white guy. I don't want my name to be that anymore. You know who that guy was? This brother.
Cassius Clay.
Yep. The white guy was named Cassius Marcellus Clay. And that name has ran through his family for generations. And that's why Muhammad Ali said, oh no, you won't be naming me after no white guy. I don't care if he was an abolitionist, but you ain't naming me after no slave, no in the era where people were slaves. Just because my great grandfather had admired him, you ain't no naming me after him. I thought that was an incredible story. Incredible.
Cassius Marcellus Clay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it took too damn long to get there. You know our time gonna run out in 6 minutes or some shit.
I got plenty of stories, man. I got plenty of stories. Okay. Well, check this one out. I got plenty of stories, but I'm not gonna like make them long. All right. But tell me who this man is. Who that?
Is that Jesse Owens?
No, that's not Jesse Owens. Okay, I'll tell you who it is. That is the man. Okay, in 1939, the Olympics were held in Berlin, Germany. And Hitler was like, you know, he thought that Germans was a master race, so they was going to take all the gold home. Well, they did take a lot of gold home, but not in track and field. Track and field, they got dusted. So in the 200-meter run, Jesse Owens came in first place. And Jesse Owens only won by 0.2 of a second. This man came in second. He was right on Jesse Owens's behind. So who is this man? His name is Mac Robinson. His name is Mac Robinson, right? World-class athlete, broke records in the Olympics and all that. The thing about Mac, he came from a family who was known for breaking all kinds of stereotypes and setting records in sports. He had a little brother who did the same thing. This brother. Hold on. His little brother, okay, was this brother. Jackie Robinson.
Wow.
So Jackie Robinson's older brother came in second only to Jesse Owens in the 1939 Olympics. And then his little brother, 6 years later, broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. The Robinson brothers. Booyah.
Hell, what the fuck is Booyah supposed to be?
That's crazy.
Man, we go deep, man. We go deep.
Man,
we go deep
man.
in this country.
Come on, man. Look, let me just say this, okay? Let me just say this. That's cool. You know, that's no surprise that mentally and physically we're superior. That's no surprise. It's the only reason why we was able to build the country that we live in, and that are enslaved in, and then still enslaved in. You know, that's no surprise. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was him and then his brother, and they was doing some stuff, and they was good, and it was cool, and then they embarrassed the white man, and that was fine. But it did not change our plight, not one bit. And it's part of our enslavement time here. Yes, it is. But it's so much more to our history than just what the hell we've been doing over here.
Yeah, we get that.
You
We
know?
get that. Yeah.
And I wish I had a picture of, you know, Peter. I wish I had a picture of Moses. I wish I had a picture of Isaiah and Ezekiel. I wish I had a picture of Amos and Obadiah, so I can say, hey, here are these guys, and these are what these guys did. You know, I wish I had that, but I don't.
Okay.
And that just makes it a little harder for us to really focus on what our history really is. Our history is not just the time we've been over here in fucking servitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have thousands of years of ruling the world.
Yeah, we get that.
Right.
Yeah.
But do this, Hightower. Did you got the link, right?
Yeah, I can get it.
To the video?
Yeah. Let's see. You sent it to the same one because I don't got it.
I definitely did. It ain't but one. I'm glad I'm free. Whatever it's called.
Let me try to refresh the screen. But I'm gonna have to edit all this searching out. Man, it would be art. Okay, I got you. All right, here we go with this art stuff, man.
Oh, don't be huffing and puffing because you did your little Jackie Robinson spiel there.
Hey man, that was impactful.
That's cool, man. Ain't like I say, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so where do you want me to go in this video?
Go to the 50-minute mark.
Do you know it?
50?
50-minute.
Okay, I'm gonna back up to like 49 and a half.
Yeah, you can, and then share it, and I'll just point out what I need to point out.
All right, hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. All right. Let me see. Share screen. Boom. Share. Expand. Play. All right, go, Art.
What the hell is this? That's how the movie said. Don't look up.
Okay, so I'm going to put up the picture of this pillar that is in the Philadelphia City Hall.
Visit this area
and you're going to see one side of it has the slaves and the other side has the Native Americans.
Okay.
Just jump it up another minute or so.
No, it's only 10 seconds away. All right, so that we at the 50-minute mark. What's up? Let me see.
They're trying to pull it up. That's why I say just jump it a little bit right
there. I just saw that, Art.
Now pause it. Yeah. So now this is like, for me, when I see this, it tells me, all right, there's more to it than just this. Because in order for us to do exactly what these two peoples are doing, and mind you, like I say, we are the same people, okay? Us and the Native Americans, we're the same people. So one side of it, this one side is Negroes, and then you walk around the other side, you see the Native Americans, and they're both holding up this pillar, which is basically symbolic to the United States. And you got to ask yourself, how were these people able to do this? Go through all that they went through, and even still today, how are we still able to survive? And I think that has more to do with where we came from than where we at. And for me, that's our real history. For me, that's our real Black history. And since they don't want to talk about critical race theory, since they want to be taking down all these statues and monuments that point toward our accomplishments and the subjection that we were under, I would just say this: do they really care about where we really came from and who we really are? Do we even care? Do we even really know to care? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's cool, Jesse Owens and everybody and everything that everybody did, but you know, that's during our most afflicted time. What were we before? You know, that's where my head be at. And this is why I always take my heads off to the prophets and to the apostles, because our real history starts there. Starts in Exodus. That's where our real history starts. I
hear you. I hear you, Art. Now, you know, your depth of knowledge of past that goes past the United States is what is desperately needed for a lot of youth. I mean, they only go as far as what they can see, a lot of them, and then some of them stop after what they've been taught in school. Because you know, a lot of people think Black people were invented during slavery. Now, that's when we came on the earth.
Yeah, like they just fished us out the ocean and brought our ass over here or some shit.
But at the same time, it's like you know, we've been around here way before. You know, because there was a Black person on the ship with Columbus.
Yeah, but see, that person was under subjection, because during that time, during the 1400s, Israel was under subjection.
Well, wait a minute. This guy was a Spaniard. He was a Black Spaniard. His last name was Nino.
Yeah, because they were Black. They were Israelites living in Portugal and Spain at the time. So they talk about the Black Portuguese all the time.
But I don't think he was under subjection, because he was a navigator. He had skills.
Trust me, he was under subjection. There's plenty of niggas right now know how to fly planes and navigate boats. We are still under subjection.
All right.
You dig what I'm saying? So just because he had a little job doesn't mean he wasn't under subjection. Because doing what he was doing was not necessarily what he supposed to have been doing. He was only there because they had fleet affliction in the first place from the Romans. Only reason why they ended up where they were.
Okay, okay, that's cool, but I'm trying to focus on some happy stuff that happened.
There is nothing happy about Black history.
Because it's like you dragging us, like, you know, you making me want to go out and hurt some people.
Listen to me, bro. This is the problem.
It's the brutal history. Art is giving the brutal truth of our history. And you can say, maybe you can't, but I'm gonna say, guys our age, in our age bracket, and guys our father's age, grandfather's age, a lot of them, I'm just speaking for me, I can't speak for y'all, I'm speaking for me. A lot of the anger that I had growing up, listening to the stories, is what art is telling you. Because what we did, we didn't get credit for. We didn't get anything out of it. We didn't get the true acknowledgement of what the Black race has done for this country. So when you hear stuff like that, you hear it, cuz, and you like, man, my whole demeanor changed. That's because the man in you and the truth of it angers you so bad that you really want to go, I ain't gonna say hurt nobody, but you want to figure out what's really, why did we have to go through this?
Yeah, what's really real?
What's really real?
Let me put it in this perspective. Why do we need to feel good about it?
No, I'm not trying to say that we need to.
This is just general, right?
Okay.
General.
Okay.
Because a lot of times
for me though, it's a balance. I can take what you're saying, Art, and I can understand the way we were duped and looped out of stuff. I get all that. But on another side of me is like, well, let's dwell on this stuff, these accomplishments. Let's dwell on these accomplishments so that I don't have to keep looking at all this doom and gloom.
Well, see, to my point, that's where we suffer, because we want to be comfortable while we're being enslaved. And this what keeps our mental state enslaved, and therefore keeps our bodies enslaved at the same time. I don't ever want to be happy or feel comfortable about my situation, because as soon as I start to feel comfortable, then guess what? I'll let whatever they do to me, let them do to me. If you want me to take the jab, fine, I take the jab. I take as many boosters as you want me to, whatever you want me to do, because I just want to be comfortable where I'm at. And I'm not willing to be that. I'm not built like that at all. And the first thing I'm always going to tell people is like, focus on what's really going on and not what they want you to think about. They want you to be happy with Carver and the rest of them. But at the same time, they want to say Black History Month when this whole country was built on our backs. So it should be Black History years, decades.
I'm with you.
Right? It should be. It should be.
Yeah.
My point is that I am never going to be satisfied with nothing. Jesse Owens and everybody, they did what they could do. But guess what? It is not enough.
Okay, so what?
Not enough.
So tell me your plan. Tell me your plan for what Art the Fourth is doing.
Shit, I'm trying to, don't tell you like it is. I'm trying to stop smoking. Say right now. You want to know my plan? This the plan. And this the plan for all niggas too. Okay, this is gonna be the plan for all niggas. Okay. Stop smoking.
Oh my God.
Okay, stop smoking cigarettes.
Oh man.
You know, and I like my cigars. I gotta quit. I gotta stop. But the problem is that I like it. So I gotta learn to hate it first.
You are.
And the point is that where we are in the society we live in now, what's wrong is right, and what's right is wrong. So smoking and drinking and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying, is wrong. So what's the remedy? Stop doing the shit that's wrong, thinking is right, because where you live, your captors teach you that it's right to do it.
Boy,
Your captors teach you how to not have the protection of the God that created you.
Mm-hmm.
They keep you in sin so that there is no salvation for you.
Wow.
So what do? What's the plan? Follow the book. Stop sinning. What is sin?
Correct.
The transgression of the law.
Law. Well, yeah, okay.
You see, and understand, and this is why I always say our real history. When you think about our real history, every time we transgress the law, what happened to us? In the captivity, whether it was Roman, Greek, Assyrian, Babylonian, no matter what it was, and American, it still is today. And the people who got us, in chains know this, because they had to fight against us, and they know that when our God is with us is when we keeping the commandments and we cannot be beat. That's why I say, man, read Maccabees 1 and 2. And read it thoroughly and understand why he had 3,000 men and was defeating 50 and 60,000 men. And these are trained men that they're defeating. These are number farmers. How is that happening? Because they know, and they knew then. And you read the Bible, they say it flat out that we know we can't deal with them while they're keeping the law, because their God is going to be with them. We have to get them to sin against their God. So this is what it is.
Oh, okay. I got you, Art. Now
sure?
I'm speaking. I understand what you're talking about.
Okay, that's the remedy. That's the remedy.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. number one, I'm not trying to say I'm comfortable by celebrating the accomplishments of African Americans.
Mhm.
That's not me saying I'm comfortable. That's saying I'm proud of what these men have done, so I don't have to do it. I can build upon what they're doing. Secondly, when I asked you, so what's your plan? And you said, I'm gonna stop smoking, man. I'm sorry for laughing at it, but two sub questions came out under that. Why is that your number one? And okay, if that's what you need to do, then stop.
Damn it.
I told
what
you.
I'm trying because the problem
no.
I like it.
I see that's what's a handicap when you say I like it, but I need to stop that because I've been taught this by an oppressor. If your angst against the oppressor is strong enough, and you know he taught you, and he know that he's making all the Marlboros and the Winston and the Salem and the Cools, you should want to fight against it and win.
I should, but guess what?
But
guess
what? What?
I'm under subjection.
Oh, come on.
Every way.
You just
listen, I'm about to explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. Okay. Let me explain it to you. It has been let's just say 45 years of conditioning to sin. You dig what I'm saying? So
Nat Turner, you have come to the truth. You have come to the truth. Now we got to act like we know the truth, not right at Nat Turner. So when you see a cigarette,
Nat Turner is not me.
Come on, man, you dodging it now. You said you had a strong point.
Saying, Nat Turner, he not me. All I can do is deal with me.
That's what I'm talking about. You.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you is every time you see a cigar, or you should see or cigarette, you should look at that as oppression. And
man, I do, and I still smoke it.
So you just ruined that strong argument you just had.
No, I didn't, because the argument was I have to stop.
So stop.
And I have to figure out how to stop. But the problem is, like I said, I like it. I need to stop liking it. I need to hate it. But I ain't got to that point yet, because
let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this. I've been in this shit so long, it takes a long time to scrub that shit off you.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. You like being having a master?
No.
Oh, yes, you do.
I hate it.
No, you like smoking.
No, I'm addicted.
So you like having a master?
It's past just a simple mental thing. Now it's body chemistry.
Hey, man,
you know what
your body is trainable. You trained your body to like them cigarettes. You can train it to stop.
Man, I don't even know how the hell it got trained to like the shit, to be honest with you.
By forcing it. You force that cigarette on your body.
And just like here and there, and then it just start to pick up. It's bad.
Okay.
It's a bad habit to pick up, man.
Let me say one thing. Let me say this right quick. I hear everything artist saying he has to stop liking it. If you paid attention, I know everybody's seen Ray. If you paid attention what Ray had to do in order to get that heroin out of the system, he took severe measures, because they could have gave him the stuff to wean him off.
Yeah, to wean him off.
But because he didn't like needles and he felt like anything in that needle was heroin, he didn't do it. It made him sick. We have to get to the point where if we come to an addiction, we have to make ourselves so sick.
I know.
We got to, if we get the addiction, we got to fight 10 times as hard to get rid of it. And that's the whole thing Ray did. His whole thing was, I'm not going to take this methadone because it's going through me through a needle. And that's going to make me want to feed my addiction. It's like they might be giving me something to curtail it, but it's like I'm still good. I want it out of me. So if you're going to stop smoking, or if you're going to stop drinking, when you did it, you got to take the repercussions when you're trying to stop.
No shit, man.
You
And
got to.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. Man, I didn't try.
An alcoholic.
Oh boy, you sound
Man,
like
I
you sound like
I've been
I,
up and
I
down and
wants
up
to
and
go up
down. This is
north.
bad. This is bad.
I wants to go up north, but I don't want to get
It's a
caught.
matter
Don't
of
start-
your
don't start that
determination, your
shit now. Don't
perseverance,
start
and your
that shit.
willpower.
Huh?
I don't want to
Determination.
get caught.
Determination, perseverance, and your willpower.
Yeah.
If all of them are strong and you really want to do it, you'll do it.
Yeah. Like I say, I like the
You'll do
shit. So I'm always fighting with myself. I swear to you.
We
I'm
all
always
do.
fighting with myself.
We all
It's
fight
always
ourselves
like-
with something.
Oh,
Like, think
God.
about this. Like my humidor is sitting right over here, okay, next to me.
What the heck
Every
is
time I
that?
walk in here, I see one of them.
That's what keeps a cigar good.
Oh,
Humidor.
okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's packed. Probably like 400-500 of them in there. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
why don't you just throw them out?
They cost me money.
Well, so what?
That's
You
the
know?
sacrifice, Art.
Yeah.
That's the
I know.
sacrifice.
What I've been trying to figure out is like, okay, how can I sell some to at least get some of my money out of it? You know what I'm saying? But that's like
Man.
the thing that's like making it even harder for me because it's a monetary aspect to it too now. So
All
it's
right,
just-
so
it's
wait a
just
minute.
all bad.
I
It's
didn't
all
I
bad,
don't
man.
this turned into an intervention to stop Art to get Art to lead a plantation, the
You
Marlboro
kept asking
plantation.
questions. You kept asking questions. You want to get all into my personal.
I'm like, how did this turn into, get off the cool with Winston Salem?
You asked me what the blueprint was, and I just told you what it was for me. And I
Okay.
gotta-
Well,
I gotta
let me
stop
share.
saying it.
Let me share what my plan is, because I got this organization called Project Reach Back. Well, I reach back to my elementary school, and I take two bikes to the school, and I talk to the principal, and I said, "Give me the name of the girl with the highest grade point average, and the young man with the highest grade point average," and I buy him a bike. That's my incentive to reach back to where I go, to where I came from, and make somebody know that somebody, cares about me. That's what I do. So when you said I want to stop smoking, which is admirable, I'm not knocking that at all. I just didn't think you was gonna say that. I thought you was gonna say something else.
I couldn't do nothing but be honest
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear
about what I know is necessary for me.
you. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it may apply to somebody else. Somebody else might be like, yeah, for real. Me too.
I hear
But
you,
I
man.
can't do nothing but tell my truth.
So you agree that the more you smoke, the more you are submitting to the oppression of us.
Every single time I light one, I'm submitting to the oppressive state of the demon.
And you know that. So when we
Every
hang
single
out,
time.
I can thump it out your mouth. Like
You can. Just make sure you wear a face mask because if it's the wrong time, if I ain't had one and you thump it and it says my last one,
Hey, Damon, I've been
might
over.
be thumping. I'm telling you right now, we might be thumping.
I've been over his house one time, man. This dude will pull cigarettes out the back of the mailbox, out of bushes. He got them all
Art, that
over the
means
place.
You got a problem there, Art.
You know,
If you
sometimes I
hide
come
them
out
in
on the
different
porch.
areas, that's a problem, man.
Look, sometimes I come out on the porch, I won't smoke but half. So I'll just set the other half on the mailbox, you see, and then I come back out later on and smoke the other half,
No, man, it'd be like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, because they get lined up on there. Some of them I just don't get back to, but they be 4 or 5 of them sometimes. I got to clean them
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Art, that's an issue there, sir.
Yeah, sir. That's
Now I
telling me,
understand why
nigga.
you said it. Now I understand why you said it. That's one of your biggest demons you gotta slay.
Like,
I get it.
like for real. Like for real.
Oh man, the audience. Okay, there's a section of the audience that you either love Art or you hate Art. And man, the comments that's gonna come after this.
Well, let me go ahead and beat him to the punch right now. Beat him to the punch right now. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Okay, but if you want to know some shit, if you really want to know where you come from and what you're supposed to be doing, you definitely can ask me, because I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get the information, and then we gotta try and walk. We gotta walk together. We all got to get together. We got to head the same direction together. Everybody got their little shit they need to stop doing. But until we really understand who we really are, we ain't gonna ever stop.
Oh man, you know who we really are, but you continue to smoke.
It's a hard thing, man.
Yeah, look, man. A lot of stuff is hard. You could just you gotta
what? Get you some cigarette addiction and see what
Nah, I'm good. Like. Face it, Art, you just like being a slave.
No, man.
You do, man.
I mean, man, I can't stand it. It drives me nuts.
You know what? You know what? And you tell me, both of y'all tell me if I'm wrong. And this, like I said, I'm gonna start off. This is my opinion. I believe both of y'all are right to a certain degree. Art really don't want to be a slave, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's passionate in his heart that he want to do it. He can't do it because it has a link on him. Cause you right, because you feel like if you really want to get rid of it, you will do whatever it takes to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. So there's something in the middle. Mm-hmm. Both of y'all are right. Mm-hmm. Both of y'all are right to the point where Art want to stop, but you feel like he don't, because he felt he's not doing what he need to if he really wanted to stop. And that right there, our Black community is at a standstill. Mm-hmm. Because we won't, as us being the older, we the older cats trying to show the young cats what it is. Mm-hmm. We can't do that because everything that they see is the opposite of what we've learned. Mm-hmm. It's okay to fornicate. It's okay to have 7 different baby mamas. It's okay to cuss your parents out. It's okay to go off on whoever has wisdom or authority or anything like that, because it's projected in their face. Mm-hmm. They can only be around their parents for so long. We can only raise them and do what we need to do when we see them. Mm-hmm. From the time we raise them to the time they go out on their own, we supposed to train up a child the way he's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Once they walk out the door, we rely on their training to teach them what's right or wrong. The problem is, we as a community, as Black people, as rich as our history is, because Black History Month, I've always, when I got old enough to understand, we don't deserve just 1 month. Mm-hmm. We created this country. Mm-hmm. You're right. We created this country. Mm-hmm. We did. There's so much that nobody knows about us that we've done behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison and all these cats get the credit. But when you look at what they did, it was a brother that made it possible. A brother is the one who invented the coupling link on a train. You couldn't have that without a brother inventing that. Mm-hmm. Do you hear about that? No. That's the problem that we have now. When our kids step out, when we try to get them to do the right thing, they dealing with kids whose parents didn't do that. Mm-hmm. So when you got a family trying to train your child or your children, and then you got 12 families who didn't, the scales ain't right. Mm-hmm. So as a race and as a family, we was raised, hey, act up if you want to. The neighbor gonna get hold to you, and I'm gonna get hold to you when you get home. Mm-hmm. That don't go down no more. There ain't no more big mamas. Big mamas nice is our age. They got grandkids. You know what I'm saying? They still want to party. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's cool now. That's great. That's what they're seeing. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're taking in, no matter what we try to say. So my solution would be, Stop glorifying the stuff that don't need to be glorified.
Mhm.
You don't
Yeah.
always have to be a basketball player to be a millionaire. You can own a business and be a millionaire.
Mhm.
Stop teaching your kids that rapping is getting out the neighborhood. That's not true.
And you can be rich without money.
Bingo.
Mhm.
Dude, it's a lot of stuff that we ourselves are trying to do, but we're not doing it as a whole.
Right.
I think Shaq said something that made so much sense. I bust out laughing because it's him. But if you sit and think about it, he said the exact same thing that Charles Barkley said. I am not a celebrity. I am not your role model.
Mhm.
Right.
Your role models are your parents.
Mhm.
Parents.
I have flaws just like everybody else. And you
Mm.
know, Shaq got that low voice and he say stuff real. I ain't no role model. You know, it's
Yeah.
the way
And
he say
yeah,
stuff.
and people don't really pay attention. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
if you sit back and listen to what he was saying, what he's saying is, don't put me on a pedestal. Don't let these people put me on a pedestal because I have flaws just like y'all. And in order for you to get yourself together, you have to look in the mirror and say, I'm tired of doing this. I got to do what I need to do the right way.
You know, part of the reason why we still in this position is because all the stuff we know has been orchestrated anyway. And you know, the black leaders we had were murdered, and then after that, the black leaders that they decided to put in front of us end up being basketball stars and
Correct.
and all of that. And now we started it. Like when we was young, we started that glorifying, our generation started glorifying that thug shit and that
yes, indeed.
shit.
You're
and all
correct.
that. Because before all that happened, it wasn't no drive-bys out there like that. It wasn't none of that shit going on out there like that until they start pumping them drugs up in there. And then that Jew got with Eazy-E, and they figured out how much money they could make, and at the same time destroy black men in our image. This is what they did. You know what I'm saying? And then in turn said, now, children, worship these niggas. There's women out here now who say, I don't want to do with a 9 to 5. I want a scammer. I want a scamming ass nigga. I want a thieving ass nigga.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you turn around and say, niggas ain't shit.
Wait. So, Art, let me ask you this question, though. I mean, I got to ask this question right here.
Mhm.
Everything that you just said was how we're getting tricked, right? And we should stand against this whole thing about the whole Eazy-E thing and everything you said is causing a detriment to us, and we're letting somebody else do it. Basically, is what you're saying. So, my question again is, when you see a pack of cigarettes and you know where it's coming from, why don't you have that same fervor in denouncing the whole cigarette thing when you know it's a form of oppression?
I have an addiction. And I am dealing with an addiction, and you can't equate my addiction to the issues of our nation.
Yes, you can.
You can go the other direction. You can go the other direction with it, but you can't take my addiction and then move it forward. You can't do that.
Who puts the items out there that causes your addiction?
The same people who put the items out there that cause you to buy that hat.
So we can equate it. It's the same people.
It's the same
now,
shit.
If this hat was causing me to have an addiction, I would burn it. I would throw it out. I say, Art, come down the street and take this out my house. But can I come down the street and get your cigarette?
But before, let's go back. Let's say that this addiction of yours started 30 years ago.
Yeah. And
30 years ago, you didn't know what you knew now.
But you know now.
Wait, listen. But now you know.
Yeah.
Now you got to deal with the past.
Yeah.
It is not an easy thing to do.
Okay, so here's the only thing that I'll give you.
Hold on. And I'm not making excuses. I've been honest and straightforward about what my issue is and what my problem is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, I know what should happen.
Okay.
Now it's how do I make that happen? But what Damon and I was just discussing is we don't even know what should happen.
Right. I agree with that.
And that's number one. This is why I say when we really know our history, then first we can find out who we are, what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we start doing what we're supposed to do? It ain't just all you know, now you do. Maybe for some people. But considering how long we've been in this shit, and I use myself as an example, considering how long I've been taught that what was wrong is right and what is right is wrong, I got it's gonna take me time to get out of it.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that.
It's not about, well, where's the conviction? The conviction is what I deal with on a day-to-day basis that don't nobody see or deal with but me.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have no way of knowing what's going on inside of me every time I pick one up, how I feel every time I think about one.
Got you. But that's what I was starting to say. The only thing I would give you credit for is I don't know what it's like to have to crave that.
It's a bitch. I'm telling you. It's more controlling of you than you think, than you would ever even realize.
Okay, but can I offer this as an incentive? There are people who kicked it.
Yeah.
So you can kick
I had kicked it for some months.
Well, you didn't kick it.
What can I say? How you want me to say it? You want me to say, well, I had took a pause? I say it like that. Well, I took a pause then. I took a pause.
If you went back to it.
I kicked it and picked it back up. Shit, you can kick a ball and run down the street and grab it and pick it back up, start dribbling the shit again. I mean,
okay, so let me ask you this.
But you know what's going on.
Let me ask you this. So if somebody is, and I'm not trying to say that this is equal, if someone is on crack and they live next door to a crack house, should they move?
Medical condition. It's a medical condition.
Should they move away from the crack house is my question.
Can they move? Yes. Can they afford to move first?
Let's just say they can.
If they can, then they never would have been living in the first place.
Okay. So my question now is, could it help you if I came down there and you gave me all your cigars and cigarettes?
If I'm willing to give them to you, then yes, it would help. But I gotta be willing. I have to have the fortitude to be able to part with them. And we talking about parting with some shit I like and some shit I done paid for.
That's the thing. That's the thing, cuz I think the one thing you missing, cuz that artist saying that Art, you correct me if I'm wrong. It's not the fact that I don't want to give it up. It's the fact that I enjoy it, what makes it difficult for me to give it up. So
no, he said it's
an addiction. Get the taste of a cigar out my mouth, or the taste of a cigar a taste of a cigarette out my mouth, I can easily get rid of it. That's like if you okay, here's one. An alcoholic will drink until he pass out, till he drunk, fruit, you get poison, all that. Once that alcohol tastes a different type of way to him, he's gonna quit. Once it's in his mind that I'm gonna say I'm done, you're gonna quit. It's a lot of things that people do, or they try to do, or they will do, because it's mental and it's a matter of, I don't want to do this no more. So you got to push the feeling of enjoying what you're doing out. That's like a serial cheater. Eventually, he gonna say, you know what? I done hurt my woman long enough. She done stayed with me. I'm done with this. And stop. Different people do different things. everybody's mindset is not the same. So we can't, because your mindset is strong. Hey, look, if I want to get rid of this, I gotta get all of this out of here. If I have a taste for crack and I live 2 doors down from a crack house, I just got to go stay in the shelter. I got to get away from it because I don't want to do it. What Art is saying is, no matter what, I enjoy it so much, I'll find a way to do it. I have to get the enjoyment out of me, so I won't be able to do it.
I'll find a reason. Let me tell you
Right.
that. Let me tell y'all this shit right now, okay? All day I've been in here doing taxes and shit and talking to black people on the phone, and they trying to figure out where my shit at. Bitch, calm down. It's gonna be another 5 days. Chill out, right? So they think the government just throwing money out the window and shit, and it's gonna show up in 5 minutes. Okay. But the whole day I've been trying to figure out what 3 hours I can set aside to go down to the smoke lounge and have a cigar. All day I've been trying to figure out how to fit it in. And constantly I've been like, let me come back here and start working. Let me come back here and keep busy. Let me keep trying to do this. Let me get close to 7 o'clock because we got to do our thing at 7, right? Then it gets late. Then it's 9. I'm not gonna go. You did what I'm saying? That's my fight. That's my fight. If I had that 3 hours before this, I probably would have went. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
I ain't gonna lie.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
all right. So, speaking as a non-smoker, there's certain parts I don't understand. And, I give you credit for telling us the truth and telling how you feel. I get that, man. Damien, you broke that down very succinctly to the point where I understand where Art coming from. I still equate it to Black people leaving the South on the Underground Railroad. They could find any excuse not to go. But in order to be free, you got to be in a state of uncomfortability. You got to be uncomfortable in order to be free.
It's real easy to not like ass whoopings. It's real easy to not like an ass whooping, okay? But when you got a $18 cigar and you like the way it tastes,
I don't get it. I said that
I'm
when
just,
you say
I'm
that,
just keeping it real.
when you say
It's
that, I
a big
can't relate.
difference.
I can't relate.
You can't relate because you said speaking as a non-smoker.
Right. I
That's
can't
the
relate.
one thing.
So,
That's the one thing.
right. So when you say that, it's like to me that's an excuse because I don't know what it's like.
Right. Because you're thinking, my bad, Art. You're thinking in a situation where you should be able to stop this at any point. But you got to understand you got to understand where Art coming from. This has been in his schedule for years.
It's been ingrained.
He was trained to enjoy a cigarette and cigar. Look at give you a good one. You know how long we've been asking Butch to quit smoking?
Who?
No.
My cousin, my uncle rather. My uncle Butch been smoking ever since I was a kid, and I'll be 46 in a couple of days.
Ever since I was a kid.
That's my point. So we've been telling Butch, man, if you don't stop smoking, cut it out. You need to stop smoking. His whole spiel to me when we was a kid, nicotine a hard thing to give up. Once it's in your system, you got to fight.
But how do you explain all the people who did quit?
Because they
understand. Don't think that because you hear about people quitting. Look, don't think because you hear about people quitting doesn't mean that it was easy for them to quit.
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm not trying to say it was.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what they had to go through to get there neither. Or what things they did.
But whatever they did, they got over the hump. My mama used to smoke and now she doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she went through a lot of
smoke.
Yeah, I'm sure she went through a lot of withdrawal, but she got over it. But she was willing to go through the withdrawal.
And right now, Art is admitting that he's not. So
okay.
What we need to do.
So my question is, you are okay with, as far as cigarettes are concerned, being a slave?
No, I'm not okay with it.
What
You keep
if
asking
you
the same
weren't
question.
okay with it? You
It's the same.
would leave the plantation.
That's the wrong logic behind it.
I keep coming back to that
Because
circle.
it's not just that. Okay, let me put it to you like this then. Why can't niggas get their shit together?
Who is that?
It should be easy, right? It should be easy. No, hold on.
That's just too vague. What do you mean?
No, it's not. I'm about to bring it in for you, okay? If that's the case, if it's as simple as, well, you say you don't like it, so it should be easy just to do something about it, right?
Yeah.
Why niggas can't get their shit together then?
But that's
No, hold on.
That's such a vague question. You got to get specific.
I'm about to get to it. In other words, there's plenty of shit that we do as a community we should not be fucking doing.
Okay.
And there's plenty of shit that we do as a community that we know we shouldn't be fucking doing. So all them niggas in Chicago shooting niggas every damn day, they know they shouldn't be doing that shit. Why are they still fucking doing it?
Well, they don't know no better.
It should be easy for them just to say, you know what? I'm done with this gun. I'm not firing no more bullets out of this gun. I ain't beefing with nobody else in the street. The question is, why are they like that?
Art, what you just did was called deflection.
I'm not deflecting.
I'm going to deflect onto other people.
I'm not deflecting on how am I deflecting on other people when
we're
all
asking
I'm talking about is myself?
We're asking you a pointed question about you doing what it takes to get over the hump, and you deflected it to people in Chicago.
Your pointed question ended up with a invalid logical statement.
Which
because you're just simply equating, well, you say you don't want to, you should just be able to do it. And since you just can't just do it, then that means you concede to slavery. That's bullshit.
Listen to me. I said, here's what I'm saying, asking you. Are you willing to do what it takes to get over the hump? We know it'll probably be hard on you, but you are not willing to do what it takes. You're going to stay right where you are.
Okay. You tell me what it takes.
Okay, I'm going to come down there and take all your cigars. What's going to happen to me?
Come on down here. Bring your ass on down here.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Because I am not there yet.
That's what you're missing, cuz. That's what you're missing.
What?
He's not there yet.
Okay, wait. Let me say this right here. If you're not there yet, why are you saying you need to quit?
Because, hold on, Art, let me get my answer, you get yours. Because when you want to do something, it's in your heart to do it, and you want to try to break a cycle that you feel like is really, really detrimental to your life. Yes, you have the desire to do it. You don't have the means mentally to do it yet because it's been in you so long. They used to always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. A habit is hard to break. Certain people would take longer for them to break it. Certain people can stop cold turkey because they just have that mental fortitude to do it. Some people can't because they have been enjoying what they're doing for so long that it takes 10 times more to give it up. So you would have to, if Art really wants to give it up, at you being his friend, me being his friend, we will have to come at him at a way, and Art, you tell me if I'm wrong, you will have to come at him at a way, the way he'll understand, you're gonna have to take baby steps to do this. Let me take this, and I'm gonna work on taking this. You'd be better off taking a pack of cigarettes from him as opposed to cigars. Because one, the cigars are worth more to him. He said that earlier. So what he's trying to do is wean himself in a way to where he can kind of get off of them, but not lose so much doing it. I know you don't understand, cuz I know you don't.
Yeah,
but that's
I really want to recoup some dollars if I can. You know, I really want to recoup some dollars.
Certain people get something up. You a headstrong dude. You are a headstrong guy.
That's why you need to be bust upside the head.
I know my cousin. I know my cousin. We grew up together.
I got a hammer around here
I
somewhere.
looked up to my cousin when I was younger. I always knew Aaron Hightower was a strong-willed guy, even as a kid. It wasn't much that you could make Aaron do that he didn't want to do. And if he really didn't want to do it, if it's something he felt like, no, I can't do this, he'll stop. Everybody ain't Aaron Hightower though. So you would have to help Art in a way that he feel comfortable letting certain stuff go.
Okay.
That's all.
I got you.
Otherwise,
I got you. So Art.
be a problem.
So Art, we are believers.
Could be an issue. You come at me wrong. Like, hold on. This shit cost me $300.
See, that's what it's Art wants to quit. It's just certain things it's certain things that he feel mentally. And like I say, Art, if I'm wrong, bro, please correct me. Mentally, it's a battle for him because he admitted that he still enjoy doing it.
I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. I can do all things.
And I'm working on that too. But see, the thing is like, it's hard to get the Holy Ghost when you in sin.
He right though.
It's hard to get the Holy Ghost when you in sin.
I will say this though, Art, to my cousin's defense, I will say this. He's the type of dude you really want him to help you quit, man. Because he will do whatever it takes to see you accomplish your goals. And not only is he gonna come at you at the right way, he gonna come at you spiritually the right way. I promise you, man, he the right guy for you. This is the type of person you need in your life when crisis and things that you feel like ain't going your way, because he the type of guy that's gonna help you get out of it, and he gonna help you get out of it quick. And that's why he on your head about it, saying certain things. He trying to pick your brain, man. You know how my cousin is.
That's what he's trying to do.
He trying to pick your brain, bro.
I done already spilled the beans. I done told him my whole life story. I done poured my heart out, and he wanted to. What you mean? He's stepping on my heart.
And you know what? You done made Tony Montana say something soft.
Yep. He did.
I appreciate that.
He had that moment. Didn't he have a soft moment in the movie?
Yeah, he would.
It's just it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's a different. Everybody on this panel is different. They handle things different.
Let me put it like this real quick. Just like you say with the cigarettes, that's a constant purchase, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I got down here is almost like an investment.
Right. That's a good way of putting it.
And the thing is that once I figured out what I liked, some of the stuff I bought, I don't even want no more. It's probably 100 of them in there. I don't even want to smoke because I just don't like them that much no more.
All right, so let me come down there and get those.
Or you come on down here and get them. The question is, how you getting in? How you getting in?
I'm gonna knock on the door. You don't open the door, I can't get in. All I'm saying is, you just said that it's about 100 of them you don't want to smoke. Okay, let me take them out.
Yeah, I want my money back though.
All right. So look,
find me somebody who want to buy some. I'll sell them for real. I'll sell them. Otherwise, they just gonna sit there.
Hey, well,
because the only ones that I will smoke are the ones that I outwardly know that I like and enjoy all the time, and those are the ones that I bought money on. They've been sitting in there a year or two, aging real good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole time and all that shit, it just makes it so much harder to turn them away.
Yeah,
to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. All right, so we're going to have to
when you
wrap it up. And
Holy Ghost don't show up.
I'm see, now you blasphemy. But anyway.
No.
All right, so I'm just gonna end it. We got to end the show because we going extra. But I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna
You
just throw out.
started the damn conversation. You want to get all in my business? Well, why
I'm
can't you
sorry.
just stop? Well,
It
I'm
actually turned out real good though, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because this is Black history right here, bro.
it is. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know I'm up north and you still on the plantation. I'm trying to convince you to come up here. Anyway,
Keep doing that.
So,
Just because you was named by an engine don't mean that you're gonna be trying to disregard where I come from. Cecil,
okay.
where I
All right,
come
so look,
from.
let me give you guys these little Black history little pieces of
Come
information.
on with some Black history,
And
then
we
give us
gon-
some
we gon'
Hightower
end it.
history after the fact.
We gon'
It's two
end it.
different histories, right? You ain't Black, you Hightower.
See how they get mad at you? Well, you talk about the cigarettes and they get mad at you. They don't even want to. You ain't even Black no more because I'm trying to get you out of
you said
addiction.
you wasn't no. You say you
I'm
wasn't,
trying to do an
named by
intervention
no,
and I can't be
slave
Black no
man.
more.
Huh?
I'm trying to give the intervention going and I can't be Black no more.
Because you say
Man,
you
y'all
was named by
focus on
by
All right.
Native Americans. So I guess you ain't a nigga then.
What you got? What you got for us, cuz?
All right. So
Come
when
on with it, man.
when I say the name William Tucker, anybody know who William Tucker is?
Nope.
William
I
Tucker
don't.
was the first Black person born in the United States. His
Born
parents
in the
came
United
over on one of the first ships.
He was born in what, 1640 or something?
Some in the 16s, yeah. And
Because the first
his
ones here is 1619.
right. So one of the first ships came, and then this is one of the first couples that were allowed, quote unquote, to have a child.
Breed.
And yeah, and that was
Breed.
they
That's the
named
best
him
word.
William. They named him William Tucker.
William Tucker.
William
after
Tucker.
his owner.
in Pennsylvania. All right.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, not Pennsylvania, Virginia. I'm sorry.
That's right.
All right. So, first Black-owned TV station in the United States.
BET?
Huh?
Wasn't that BET?
No, sir.
That ain't Black owned. White people own that.
It started off
Wow.
Black-owned. Viacom now, but 1975, Detroit, Michigan, WGPR.
That's right.
That's right.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
First
Forgot about
first Black governor, L.
Hmm.
Douglas Wilder,
that.
state of Virginia, 1989. He was named after Paul Lawrence Dunbar and Frederick Douglass.
Mm.
First Black heavyweight champ. You should know that one.
MC Hammer. Oops.
They said the
Dude, he crazy. Is Jack Johnson, man. You don't know
That's
Jack
right.
Johnson?
Yeah, I know Jack Johnson because Muhammad Ali said Jack Johnson was crazy.
Yeah, Jack. Did you know how hard Jack Johnson hit? Jack Johnson hit a white dude so hard in his mouth, his teeth was lodged in the man's glove.
Well,
now the Black Drago.
I've seen videos, his fights where the guy is in front of him and the guy just swinging like this, and Jack Johnson just standing there like, look at this fool. Watch what I'm about to do to him. I'm about to fuck his ass up, and then just ding, and he just go
That was
down.
the Black Drago. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
But the problem is that he wanted to lay down. He wanted to play in the snow.
Yeah, he did play in the snow.
Played in
Yeah.
the
Okay,
snow.
so Jack Johnson had in total 95 fights, and ironically, he won 78 of them, but only 38 were by knockout.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I mean,
all right.
even then, you really couldn't just beat a white man senseless, even if it was a sport.
but he did. He the ones he knocked out, he was pulling. I mean, he would hit a dude in the mouth, and when he reared back, their teeth was in his glove.
That's funny to me.
All right, last one, and
I like
this one I thought was very interesting. Very interesting. Who won the first? What Black person won the first Grammy?
Nah.
Go to my default, MC Hammer.
This
Yeah,
dude
it's
here is
fun.
crazy. I can't. You know what? I want to say. I really no. That's not going back far enough.
Diane Carroll or Billie Holiday? Which one?
Neither one.
I was
Then-
thinking Billie Holiday. I guess that's who I was
Then
thinking.
it might have been what's the other one?
What's the
Dionne
one-
Warwick.
Mm-mm.
Not Dionne neither.
Nope.
First black.
What's the woman
grandma.
that was in France?
In France.
She's
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but not her.
Talking about Sade?
No,
No, she not French.
she's English. You
Really,
talking about
she English She's English African.
Well,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know she African.
You're right.
She
You're
just
right. She
lived
is.
in
Her
You're
father
England.
is
right.
African.
You're right. You're right. I thought she was. Yeah, well, she lived in England or whatever.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
just
she's
lived there. We
raised in
know what
England.
she is.
Yeah,
She was raised in, and her father's Nigerian or Ethiopian, one of the two.
one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're ready for this answer? It's gonna flip you out.
Yeah, flip me out.
Boom.
The fuck is Boom? That's the name?
Nah. Boom is this.
Oh, you trying to show us some shit? You think well, I'm gonna leap out the chair?
Wow, Stevie Wonder. Okay. I would have never guessed him. Well, I should have. He's been doing it for years.
But out of all that, he won the first one. Out of all the black music, he won the first Grammy. I
Remember
should-
back, remember in the 60s, they still called it race music.
Yeah. Well, he won for his album Intervision.
That was a
the
good
70s
one.
album.
I got that over here. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was
So-
a 70s album.
Huh? Yeah, it was a 70s album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Intervision, yeah.
Yep. So
All right. Tell me this. Who was the first black man to go whoop a white man's ass?
Man, I'm done with you.
Let's answer it. Nah, this is a
I'm
serious
done with
question.
you.
This is a
I'm-
serious
I'm-
question.
I am done with you.
yeah, we gotta go, man.
No. This is important. Don't be trying to move
Hey.
me to the back.
Hey, what's up? Hey, cuz. Hey, man. Thanks for joining us.
No. We'll answer this question.
I don't know,
No.
Art. Who is it? I
Huh?
don't know. I don't know who is it, sir.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Moses.
Okay.
Well, wait, you trying to say Pharaoh was white? Oh, I see. No.
Moses didn't fight with Pharaoh.
No. Listen, when Moses killed the Egyptians was black.
He didn't fight with Pharaoh. They left Pharaoh.
Okay, I'm past that
Then they
point.
ended up in the wilderness for 40 years,
Mhm.
And what?
right? Okay, and then they had to go conquer other lands,
Oh man.
right? They had to go get people out of
Okay,
place.
I give him that.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
give, all right, make him.
Answer this. Answer this. Who's gonna be the first black man where we live that's gonna kick the smoking hat?
You, and guess what? I hope you buy a weed whacker this summer too. You better buy a
Man,
weed whacker.
On that note, I'm gone.
Man, you ain't get none of my gas, none of my twine, none of that.
Thank you guys for joining this extended version of the Man Cave. We will be back soon talking about another topic that affects us and how we can quit smoking. I mean, how we can better serve the community. So, on behalf of my
You can better serve your community by going down to your neighbor house with your pistol if necessary to let them know don't be playing with you.
Man, I'm done with y'all.
Hey.
Done with y'all, boys.
and man, I'm putting my shoes on and I'm coming to get them cigars. And
Come
be at
on
the
down.
door.
Come on down.
Be at the
there,
door.
Come on down. there.
Be at the door.
I'm
with
gonna be
them-
at the door.
Right.
Me and my little friend.
You can
There
bring
you go.
your
You know
friend.
that Tony Montana.
Bring a friend. I'm coming to get them cigars, especially the ones you want to smoke, and I'm coming to get every cigarette.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, I got one cigarette left. I'm gonna smoke this before you get down here.